I-Series mix with Paint and Steel. Do you remember when he was going for the clutch and he had nades and Steel was just going, use nades, use nades. And he ended up killing himself with the HE. That was incredible.
Yeah,
I love
that's
Roger
an old
Painter.
school one.
Oh, we're already in. Quite a fast round. Oh, well,
we're straight into a 1v2.
Yeah.
And Cyber does have a kit on smoke. And
he's done it.
The round. So this like Radix lineup. So you've got Roma in, and obviously Cray I mentioned as well.
Yeah.
So Roma and Dream, bit of a duo that've been around together quite often.
Yeah, they really are.
So I think it was the Infused lineup at one point, and then they were also with Kaz under JChem as well.
They were kind of.
I remember like, they were with us.
They were kind of like Red Snake's kids for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were like Red Snake's little boys.
With Ozzy and
yeah.
Janko. Was,
yeah, that was kind of the Red Snake squad. You'd like, you know, it's kind of like Rom with his sons. Get a picture of me and my sons. It's very much similar to that. So it's interesting they're still floating about. You still got that picture of Justin Bieber as well. I don't think that's changed in about 4 years. So
fair enough.
Yeah, little tidbit for you.
With admiration, and the triple nade has gone quite well.
Oh, and Whiskers killed Jacob.
Ooh, that's unfortunate. He got killed with the grenade pulled.
Yeah.
And Jacob's just thought, you know what, I'll take one for the team, boys.
He jumped on the grenade.
Thinking it's an opposition one. Sadly not. And you would like to think that this round is done from here. Yeah. Nice and clean, obviously, from them. So there was a fun tidbit I found out at the break about that Luminary game.
Okay.
So Imi was coaching the Luminary side for that game.
Okay.
And Ardis had 33 kills, and they lost 16-13.
That is an awkward one for you.
Yeah. Yeah. It kind of begs the question, like, were other people not performing as well?
Yeah. What else was going on around Ardis in that game?
Yeah. Yeah. That just adds to the fact that we mentioned he was a very skilled player. Like the gamers session, he was quite unfortunate to not be featured further. Fan favourite and everything.
Yeah. Now, Ben, as well, you know, we were talking about tactics here from London Lynx and obviously how they're going to be able to get that advantage. Now, the Lynx actually is not a fast runner. And the reason for that is that it does not chase its prey. As you can see here, when they've gone for a chase and they've gone for the push down, it's not worked out well. Instead, it uses the element of surprise. It ambushes its prey, Ben. And that's why the HE's worked out when they went for the nade strap. But when they've gone for the push, it's all gone wrong, you see. They're not playing like a Lynx.
I see.
Playing like a Puma.
Playing like a Puma. It was a very awkward round to play here. Like, they went for the triple banana, and it probably should have come out with more kills than it did. And even right now, Cyber's in an awkward position where if you feel like if you pour a nade out, they'll peek you right as you do it, and they've got him cornered. Very unfortunate. But the triple banana play doesn't come out correct, I suppose, is the best way of putting it there.
They're just not fast runners?
No, just not fast runners. I'm kind of interested to see how this Radix side will actually do. I believe this is the proper lineup as well. So this is a full-on team versus team situation. But the question is how much like team-specific like sort of plays are coming into it. That's the best way of putting it. But for now, it'll just be dependent on how strong is London Lynx's CT side. I remember there was issues at Banana in the game I watched a few months back.
I feel like that's kind of one of the major points of
UK
everyone's weakness. Yeah. They struggle to hold Banana. They don't know really when to go for the push down, when to use the smokes on Banana control, when to rotate the additional player off towards the A site. Those are the main issues that they struggle with in how they play it. You'll notice a lot of teams that just play the same strat over and over again. They'll hold towards top Banana. Occasionally they'll peek car, but it's always very standard, like what we have now, but they'll do this on repeat for a lot of rounds. We see that with, I'd say, the majority of UK teams for some reason.
Yeah. I like Cyber's use of the smoke. Yeah. It means that they don't really get to do their normal mid-tick that they've just done. The mid-tick's very similar to the one that Fnatic used to do back 2014-15 time. I remember RDL showed us it from the old Inferno. And it was a very nice execute, essentially, but as soon as somebody smoked quad, it meant you just got control of right at the top and nothing else. So that means they have to re-execute like they're doing right now. Obviously, that's a missed smoke, which does kind of throw a spanner in the works right in the end game here. It means they have to throw an extra one, which wasn't a very good smoke, because there was a gap on the far right, but they already know this is going to be a B split from the CT side, but they don't have anybody to help them on the B side.
That's a ton of damage. Mist just went straight through the Molotov.
Through the entire thing.
Yeah, he just tanked it and went all the way down Speedway through the molly. The rest of the team went around, so that's now actually delaying when the push is coming in towards the site as well, and Whisk's the backstab, so he's quite low here. It's taken down in seconds. Ben, it's all going wrong here. They've been fed to the dogs. 5
seconds on the clock, and they've taken the bomber down. Unless he gets the kill! Oh, why has he peeked him? Oh, I mean, it's a heck of a shot from Cray and everything, but...
I mean, in the words of Sonny Neil Herald, Cray, yay, 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 yay.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say about that
Sonny Neil Herald, of course.
Sonny Neil Herald.
Yeah.
Sonny Herald Neil.
Mr. Herald.
Mr. Herald. Yeah. They call me Sonny. Neil.
Yep.
They do indeed.
But considering the situation there, it was like, I think it was 25 seconds. They knew it was a B split. They got it down to a situation where there was no time left. And obviously Trials are showing frustration. Yeah, best way of putting it. Some nice spins. Usually you see the IGL stab the wall every now and then.
Do you know what I like about Trials? He kind of feels like if you took Yoshi whipping it wit and sort of, you know, put him into a refreshed environment where, you know, what he was like in Dog Gaming, but now, rather than him living the party life. That's Trials. He's the new age wit.
He's the new age
He's the new Yoshi.
He's the new Yoshi, is he?
Yeah, the new Yoshi of the UK scene. Obviously, rest in peace, Yoshi.
Yeah, long gone.
Coming to an epic land near you soon.
I think that just did 97 damage to Brody.
Quick maths.
Jesus. That could have one-shot him if it hit him the second time, because a grenade with no armor can do about 4 or 5 damage.
Well, Romeo and Dream can clear up here.
Yeah, you'd like to think there should be some exploration from the Mac 10s on one of the sites at least, right?
You want to let them push it right now.
They were very bold to hold that angle still after the nade. To be fair, I would have been bailing. I would have been gone. Straight out. But Dream's going to go for confrontation.
There you go.
Both players not looking the same way. Causes issues.
Taru should die here as well. Yeah, out in seconds.
There we go.
They're all going down.
And down to Harry Whit V2. And he goes down as well. So pretty solid. Yeah, pretty solid anti-eco from Radix, right? It was quite patient. Did it slow. They took map control together and worked from that. And it's going to be another eco from Lynx. So they clearly, it looks like they want an AWP, right? They had about 4.5 roughly on average.
Who are we seeing as the primary AWP now since the departure of Fearless?
Brody picks it up quite often.
Okay.
Is what I've seen. Because he was with that My Insanity lineup at the last Insomnia with Emperor. And he picked up the AWP quite often. So Rome is in a piece of her on his own. And Cyber. Ooh. Okay, this round's got a bit interesting here. Because they've been caught out completely. Bomb's been dropped. And they don't really know where the CTs are right now. They know the bomb's down. That's about it. They know to go T-stairs. And, I mean, trouble. He's causing trouble. Ooh, Whisk, though, with the response from the AK. Only left on 2 HP, though. Clears the angle behind. Yeah, obviously, you know, it's a bit of a gamble. He's put it all on black. It's come up red. And now he's lost the house. Unfortunate, really. Yeah, it's not hate when that happens. So Brody is going to be picking up the AWP. Now, this does actually make sense as well, because Lynxes do actually have incredibly sharp vision, Ben. Now, this is really important for their hunting. This is one of the most used senses they use in their hunting kit, obviously. Oh, they're being quite polite, though, and allowing his teammates through the door. Manners still exist. Yeah, that's good. I mean, even on DE Inferno. Yeah, you've got to keep the manners there. Lynxes can actually detect a mouse moving from a distance of 250 feet. Outside of your vision? Yeah. Effectively. Yeah. Right. Oh. Crazy, isn't it? Wow. That's quite crazy. But obviously Brody, he can detect his mouse moving by moving his hand. Yeah, yeah, and he can see it as well. Yeah. That's well, I'm not looking at his mouse. If he were, he would be able to see it, wouldn't he? Yeah, I have my monitor quite close. I play under. Oh, do you lick pixels? Yeah, I do lick the pixels. Bad for you, that. It is, yeah. You get glass in your tongue. Yeah. Well, in the Battle of the AWPs, it'll be Dream and the Brodinator. Yeah, so it looks like Radix have got quite a lot of slow defaults, I guess is the best way of putting it, right? They've got banana control slowly, they've got apps control slowly, which is quite undervalued in my mind. Apps control has been quite a slow thing that people don't often get. But it is interesting to see Dream using the AWP on the ST side as well. The question is, will they be able to get anything done? I mean, he's used the smoke, he's managed to get a smoke from that CT side. But London Lynx have been playing so passive on this banana site that that's the first smoke they've used. There'll be 35 seconds when that comes back. And even the guys on this, the big site, they still have a smoke available. They also have mollies. So the question is, what can Radix get done here? The time is running out quite quickly. And they've got all 5 here ready to face Brody on Arch. They're going to go for this burst play soon. Brody needs to be effective. He's going to hear the thunder foot into their feet as they hammer their way around. Finds the first kill with the AWP. He's able to get the connection over on Jacob. Looks for more. Finds a tasty little shot as well off on towards Cray. 30 damage done from Dream, though. Sniped down from miles away, Ben. He's punishing everyone. But Cyber had the bomb in his vision. He's able to waste time. It's past 4 seconds. You can't plant. It's over. Yeah, very well played from Cyber there. He kind of evaluated the situation, realized, what do I need to do to make this round be won? Rather than peeking out trying to get kills for himself, save his teammate, he knew, if I stay inside, I can wait this out long enough that we guarantee the win. And for a moment, I thought there was going to be some deja vu where Trouble peaks for no reason. But thankfully, didn't happen.
Yeah, he didn't overextend.
Yeah, thankfully didn't happen.
Everyone's kills is actually pretty close on the side of London.
Yeah, I think there was 3 of them on 5, 1 on 6, 1 on 4.
Very close.
Nice balance, 25 kills. And the buy on Radix side, not too great. I mean, the AWPs came out on Whisk this time. So that's an interesting one, considering last round Dream had it. And I wouldn't say he performed badly with it. He got the 2 kills, nearly made the round possible. But I'm interested to see why he picks it up now. And again, this banana play, they've played such a defensive way that it's very hard to break it down just by the fact that they can sit back all the way, they can waste 30 seconds by the time you reach the site.
Yeah.
And that's not counting mollies. So the first smoke comes in, the execute is coming in. Are they going to go through that? There's fire right through it. They're going through CT.
Oh, they're going for a bold play here. Going to push their way
Trials
down.
He's identified that issue and then forced the move by Dream.
There was a leak, but Trials is apparently a plumber. He's patched it up, mopped them up like a spilt drink, Ben, with just 1 sheet. That's all it required.
1 sheet is plenty, isn't it?
It is plenty. And now they're left into a 3 versus 3, Ben. The smoke's down as well. The T side has control. They're in great post-plant positions as well. In reality, this should be their round. Yeah,
3v3 on the small side, you have to favour the T side, right? But there is a lot of utility on the CT side. So if they've, prepared their retakes, which every UK player does, of course, this should be quite an easy round for them to take back. But JCam rejecting that offer, and it's now down to Brody.
Yeah, Brody got to get away. Tagged up quite heavily, left on 51 HP. They can't really hunt it. Brody has the save, so at least he's going to keep on to the AWP, but even then, it's not fantastic. If you would have got at least 2 players save, it's a bit more manageable. You can actually try and drop weapons over, but at this point, Ben, it's literally just going to be the AWP. Are we going to see him try and be the set piece? Are they going to play around him, or is he just going to try hold on to that and play quite calm CS?
I mean, based off the style of play they've had so far, it's been very calm. It's been very, I think the best way is it's been premeditated. So they're lining up everything. We do this way. And that's about it. We don't extend further out of our playbook than that. But I'm just a bit disappointed really from that B hold. I mean, Trials made the huge play, pushed through that smoke, he got 2 kills. And then Treble didn't really... He also tried making a similar style of play, which just didn't result. And
they're going for this.
They're doing this again. So there's 2 5.7s in use. Yeah. He's blinded himself with that.
Yeah. Brody actually gets the kill from behind. Obviously, with the 5.7, it's all about being stationary. That was kind of the major change they had to affect it.
Yeah, that was the big change.
So in a position like that, I guess there is no movement. You are just a tower of terror.
Yeah.
But,
rest in peace, though.
Yeah, instead of getting a nice view of Disney, you get a Guardians of the Galaxy ride.
Yeah. Disappointing, really, isn't it?
Yeah. It did look quite fun, though, but it's not the same.
No, it's not the same.
It is not the same. They do still have Tower of Terror in Disneyland China, though.
And in Orlando.
Yeah. Oh, do they?
Yeah.
That's
I went on it 3 times.
Oh, no.
I have to save the moment.
Yeah, well, it'll be gone soon. Much like this round for London Lynx.
We did.
Was that absolute cancer?
Oh, Trials.
Some input from Giles.
Yeah, that was something.
Clearly disappointed about that situation.
So London Lynx comms, everyone's happy. Everyone,
nobody's agitated, nothing. And pause, obviously that is just to have a nice hydration break, I believe, is what they'd class it as.
Yeah. It's actually quite funny, Ben, that we see the London Lynx playing in the UK Premiership that obviously is featured around teams from the British Isles, because they were actually quite common in the British Isles, Ben. They used to be a native animal. The Eurasian lynx used to have a global distribution in the UK, all the way from China. But however, in the last 2,000 years, humans have destroyed most of their habitat and really have declined the species to the point where they're now one of the most endangered species in the British Isles, Ben. Very rare to see a lynx.
I'm not too surprised, to be honest. I think there was a case about I think 2 years ago, where there was a lynx on the run that they had. I remember seeing it
on the run.
Yeah, it was getting reported. Yeah, it escaped and then it was on the run. I remember seeing it reported.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so hydration break over. London Lynx are back in action.
Yeah, there is currently plans to reintroduce the lynx species into Britain as well, and they're well underway. Yeah. So maybe that's why we're seeing London Lynx here. Yeah, they've started here. They've got 5 lynxes, 1 called Trouble, Tarus, Brody, Trials, and Cyber. Cyber's actually a robot lynx.
Oh. That's just to kind of associate himself with the others.
Yeah.
See how it reacts.
By robot Lynx, it's a Lynx with a GoPro, and they're just monitoring the others.
That's one way of doing it, I suppose, isn't it?
That's what you need.
This is a very scrappy eco round, though, if I'm honest.
Yeah, 5-7, not best.
Can Cyber get things done here, though? I think he's got the drop on some of the players, but oh, he's a bit second too late.
Oh, he got the dink off, though. That is a shame.
Yeah, he got the first shot off, but obviously Dream got the second, third, and fourth straight to his head. Quite unfortunate. But I would like to see Lynx reach that 6-7 CT round mark, if I'm honest, for them to have a chance. I always say, like, Inferno now, it does feel like a bit more of a T-side map anyway.
Yeah.
But you still feel like, just because of the old Inferno and like the CSS version and everything, you still feel like it should be a strong CT side. Because the map hasn't changed too much in terms of pure, like, outlook at least. But you still feel like it should be, you know, 6, 7, 8 rounds CT. Just
I think it's more so as well.
Isn't it?
If you play CT side to the best of your ability, rotate correctly, use the utility in the way it's meant to. Yeah. The amount of time you can waste on Inferno with correct usage of smokes, you have such a little amount of leeway to do stuff on that T side, unless you're going to push free smokes, unless you're going to go for early
pick. It's going to be a good nade. Only did the like 4 damage, I think it was, but it could have been. Now you can see the confidence from Dream here. Like he's identified this B setup. It's like when you practice against European sides, they're hyper aggressive. They force you back quite easily.
Yeah.
Lynx have clearly played against those types of matchups often, and they haven't prepared an aggressive style or a passive style even. Yeah. So they're just sat on site from the get-go.
But this is what I was saying. This is the fact that it's one of the issues you see a lot with these level of teams in the UK team. When have we seen any adjustment towards Banana, bar the first 2 rounds where we saw nade push?
3 bananas, the calls.
Yeah, we saw the early nades where they held back. Then we saw a push down. Since that, it's just been playing site. Playing site, playing for trades, playing for info. You smoke, you hold back, you flash, you smoke. That's it. That's all they've done.
Yeah.
Take banana control, adapt, try to do something. I mean, we've had the AWP on Brody, but there's been no aggressive faces. They haven't tried to play for pigs. I mean, the same can be said for Radix as well. I mean, Jacob has 1 kill with the AWP into this, but that was the shot on Brody from the elevated angle. Really, an AWP on T side, you expect him to try to go for a first pick. You want to try open up around with a weapon. It gets kind of left in a bit of an awkward spot if you don't find a frag fairly early with it. It's quite important you do actually try and force a play, really, if you are going to invest in that T-side AWP.
Yeah, I think the main bit is just there has been no adjustment. Like as you said, on that banana, there's been no change. Like that round, they ran up towards the top, essentially. And they just mollied the corner and let Dream pretty much just run it in.
And that's just confidence as well, because at that point, he's like, right, I know what to do.
He's seen like 4 rounds in a row that they haven't been taking banana. And even right now, Brody's got the AWP, but he is just stood at CT. He is just stood at CT looking at the corner. It's just no real adjustment. But they're loving the SAPS control, though, aren't they?
Yeah, they
really are. Especially on Eco, obviously, but it's very bizarre. It has worked out for them each time they have done it, to be fair. There was only the one instance. Oh, my God.
Well, the 5-7. It's actually paid off there. Tarus goes down to Jacob, though, so the AWP actually coming through with a pick.
It is going to be a split towards the site, though. The issue is, will the CTs be able to get top of banana control before the terrorists push them from behind? It's going to be too late, I think. Brody is checking it. He gets the free kill, though. This changes things quite a bit. That's a massive one, though. Roma getting taken down, it means banana is taken, and he legs him as well. That's
outrageous with the leg there. Actually tries to go for the follow-up frag with the USP, so Whisk's coming over, but he needs to be quite rapid. Got to be quick, smart decision-making. Brody, that AWP's going to get a little bit less impactful if they get in a close range. As of right now, they're keeping their distance.
Yeah, they have been allowed to exit, though. That's the quite a worrying thing. It depends on Cyber here. If he's able to get the first goal on Wesk, it should be round over.
Yeah, this should be game here. There's no way. Jacob actually finds the frag, though. I mean, that's a free bomb plant, at least.
Yeah, it's a guaranteed bomb plant. And it's an AWP, low health anyway. As we know, we all know the law of Bogdan.
Bogdan's law.
Low health individuals should probably take the AWP, but surely they've heard him just bouncing all the way into apps, right? I mean, Charles is... I don't know if he's stuck in that smoke or if he's just waiting it out. But he should have heard it. It'll either be instantly apps or he'll have jumped into the pit bit. But he seems very confident about it being apps.
He should have got an audio cue from it. Yeah.
He is playing the call, though, isn't he? He's playing the line.
Oh. The only... Yeah. It could have depended on the timing there, but luckily Trials was ready for it.
Yeah, I mean, it's quite scary that they did that with no kit.
Yeah.
If I'm honest. Like, the fact that 10-second defuse, we were reaching about 15 seconds, I think, by the time he just finished it.
But it goes both ways as well, because obviously for Jake, he's gone for the peak there, thinking, probably got a kit, I've got a peak, we're near in 5 seconds.
Yeah, quite a...
It's a predicament.
I wouldn't say scary, but like it's a bit of an interesting one.
It's an awkward one because you never know. Obviously, you second guess yourself. It's like, someone's surely gone for a kit investment.
Yeah, usually they do. And is this going to be banana peak? No. I think he threw a single HE down. I mean, the HE's done a lot of damage, to be fair. 38 is blinking a lot. Because remember correctly from big tournaments and stuff, a player would average about 8 or 9 damage per with grenades. So to get 38 in one, that's fantastic.
Well, it's also the difference as well with an M4 now. If he pushes in the site with that amount of health, it's a one tap to the head. It's a free kill.
Yeah, which is a huge difference, obviously. Especially in Banana, where you usually have multiple people coming in. I mean, he's taken more damage from the grenade, but... Another instance where he's been allowed to walk in and take a 1v1 or a battle straight up. And the speed bump site is it's weak. It is really weak. Well, that's been identified already.
And that's the factor as well. As soon as he gets into backline like that, Brody can't focus on the main angle. He's worried he's going to be pushed. He has to go focus towards runes. He has no idea how many people are in B. You just lose it out.
Yeah.
It's all going to go wrong.
Yeah. It just seems to be a failure of adjustment right now from London Lynx. Like from the get-go, I would have feared Radix, right? But I feel like I should be seeing more from them, just by the fact that it's just no changing. Like, it could easily have been different. Like, they could have made Radix work for it a bit more, I guess the best way of putting it. Like, they make them try and do more, make them show more. But instead, they're allowed to just walk in. No effort needed, really, just walk it in.
Yeah. Well, that's going to be another round for Radix, bringing it up to an 8-5 scoreline. And Radix are quite far ahead here, really. They're actually building a nice position, yeah. And this is their T side as well, Ben. So that's always the scary factor. For London Lynx as well, I mean, you've got firepower. You can't count out the people that they do have on that side. We know they can hit shots, but are they going to be able to do that when they move to their T side? Because obviously, it seems like there might already be a bit of a commotion in the ocean for the side. They seemed a little bit frustrated quite a few rounds ago now. Yeah. So has that got to them? Is the tension still building, really?
So here comes the desperate sort of play. We've lost Banana too many times. We're going to send 4 people there. Trials is doing for the smoke for the bottom, I believe, is what he's just thrown. And they've done double mollies. But that should be an instant call from Radix's side right now. They've clearly committed more people here. I mean, Dream gets the first kill, and there's been no trade-off. The counter flashes have come in perfectly, and nothing's been done about it. Just can't help but feel like there should have been more reactive play, I suppose, best way of putting it.
Yeah.
Like right now, they've just sacrificed, what was it, 3 smokes, 2 mollies, I think it was 1 flashbang, and they've gained 0 map control, and they've lost the person. They dealt, what was it, 76 damage? I mean, Brody's found a random kill there, but they both took a heck of a lot of damage.
Especially towards it. I mean, it looked bad when they were both on about 50, but a fast Cyber then takes the extra couple of digs, knocking down on 13.
Yeah, it's just looking rougher and rougher, really, for them right now. Thankfully, Cyber's put himself in a position where it's kind of difficult to even deal a bit of damage to him, just by the fact he's right at the back of sight. But Treble's in a difficult spot here. If there was a player faking towards B, this would be a very easy round for them to dictate. Question is how much... So he does get the info, he did see one of them, but he's trying to play out where should he go. But it's quite clear, the wrap is coming in quite quick. Can Cyber and Brody deal up with anything with no health on them?
Cyber this time isn't going to be able to get away with that. They knew his shenanigans, they saw him the last time around. For Cray though, getting on top of Grave like that, it's such an open angle. It's only Roma that remains. They're into a 3 versus 1, they will actually get the kill. So Lynx bring it back. They actually are able to get themselves into a better position towards the end of the half. I mean, 1 round left now to decide if this is going to be, you know, a 9-6 or an 8-7. Which either way, it's quite close, really. Considering they're on that CT side, no matter what you get, a 9-6 or an 8-7, it's still quite bad. You want to try and get much more going for you. It's not that CT side anymore, but it's still the fact that just as bygones go, you need to try and really get that better better marker on your CT half, really, to start you off. This is a good opening to this next round, though. A slight adjustment. You've got the 3-player set towards top banana. Tarus goes for the early face. They're pushing with it. They're going deep. Oh, and they have failed.
On that push. I mean, Roma gets 2, and I imagine he'll probably get the 3rd. Yep, there we go. And that's arguably round over, but it depends on how this 2v3 plays out. It's the last round of the half. It's all in. Right, they need to win the round. Otherwise, it's the half over.
Yeah, I mean, that wasn't great. I call that one the flimsy handshake push, Ben, because you kind of got in for it, and then you've just sort of, you've not really gripped. You've just sort of flobbered all over them. But everyone's going down. Brody will perish. That's a double kill for Cray, and that does make it a 9-6 in favor of Radix at the half there.
Yeah, I mean, Radix, I think Dream's just had a run of do whatever you want on Banana, and he succeeded time and time again, other than that last one in that half where he finally had people challenge him. And it was looking great for them, and suddenly everybody kind of bails out on the push because of one flash.
Ben, now, we're not dreaming about the result we have seen, but I'll tell you one animal that does dream. You see the chicken you've got on your screen there. Interestingly enough, chickens are the only animal other than humans that experience REM sleep. So that actually does mean chickens dream much like humans do.
I can't imagine they dream that much to do that.
Well, maybe a chicken dreams to be Kanye West?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I suppose that's in the realm of possibility, right?
I would, if I was the chicken. Chicken
Yeah.
West.
Chicken West.
Chicken West.
Kanye Chicken.
Kind of like Chicken Little. It's Chicken Little 2.
Chicken Little 2.
Kanye West 2020. It's kind they've finally released the second Incredibles. It's the new Chicken Little 2.
Yeah.
REM Sleep Boogaloo.
Yeah.
I'd watch that.
Suppose. Yeah. Do you know what this chicken does day to day?
I mean, it's just running into a wall right now. This is its day to day. It's having a peck at some seed that just isn't there.
Yeah. Living a life of lies is what it is, isn't it?
Yeah. It's not what you want. No
Somebody
one's
should just
taking it off
control
their
it.
wing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Why is no one's picking up the chicken? They're just leaving it.
Well, at least shoot it. Just put it out its misery right now. It's just running into walls.
Yeah, to be fair.
It's clearly not the kind we want to keep going in the system.
Yeah, it's not the smartest tool in the shed.
No.
He's definitely not dreaming about Kanye West.
No. He's dreaming about... What would he be dreaming about? Kardashians? I don't know.
Maybe. He's dreaming about Love Island.
Ah, not that kind of chicken.
The worst kind of chicken.
Outrageous, really, isn't it?
The Harry Witt of chickens. Look at him. This is him for the rest of the week. What is he looking at? What is his neck doing?
It's jamming.
He's having a jam. We're back in. Chickens aside.
Yep.
Video games.
Chickens. Still over there. You can see him by the pile.
Yeah. What a cutie.
Right, so this Dream's going to be peeking Banana with this flash from Roma. I haven't seen that flash myself. This is quite a controlling pistol from them. So obviously Jacob got the info in second mid by peeking. Oh,
Ooh.
Ferrari peek or a half.
That is a Ferrari peak. A Subaru peak.
Yeah, not quite a Lynx peek though, is it? That would have been much slower.
Yeah, the Lynx peak, it kind of crouch walks while slow walking out.
Yeah. I mean, that's 2 players now on Radix side. Jacob at some point was also hitting the head. I imagine through the corner of a wall or something, or through the wood in apps.
Interesting change that I actually think is live now as well. It might actually be with the Panorama update, but decoys don't show up in the minimap anymore, Ben.
Yeah, that's an interesting one. I always felt like they shouldn't have anyway.
Yeah.
Because otherwise there is no point in buying it, because you can identify it straight from the get-go.
Yeah. So that actually could be quite interesting. Because, I mean, they are useless, but maybe now they'll be slightly less useless.
Well, I wouldn't say they're useless. It makes my money look nice and rounded
you can round
to the
it out.
100.
Yeah, that's very true. But in this situation we are now in, it's 2 versus 2.
It's no armor against 1 armor. Ooh. No armor versus no armor. Can Roma come out ahead? There is a kit on the floor, but trouble. He's had no armor for that pistol, and he's got 3 kills. Not sure what that input was from Trials.
No, it is quite on brand though, Ben, that Trials is being so vocal. Because you see, the Lynx is a very vocal animal. Around breeding season, the Lynx can produce a range of sounds, from hissing to growls to grunts, just like your average moggy, like a cat, Ben. Yeah. So maybe Trials is, he's in mating season.
Perhaps. That's why he watches Love Island.
That's why, yeah, that's why he's watching Love Island.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see how this bounty actually plays out. Because I mean, Dream is playing a solo mission right now. Roma does have a flash for him, but flash should be coming like, at some point. No? No. Okay, not at all.
Well, Destiny has arrived. It's your man Trials. Been able to find the first frag with the Mac Daddy, switches himself out to the AK.
Yeah, so they get the info off the one person. Trade isn't the worst thing in the world right now, just by, pure map control at least. You spread them out a bit thinner.
Mm.
And hopefully you can identify where there are weaker individuals in terms of kit or nades or anything like that. And it looks like they are committing to this quad push. All 4 players running straight up, but they're running into a crossfire. But can the crossfire even do much? Cray's got a 5-7. Ooh. I'm interested to see how this 5-7 actually plays out. It doesn't get further. I mean, 2v2 is winnable, but you can't really favour them, can you, right now? It's an AK and a Gala versus a CZ and a Mac-10 Deagle. Honestly, no kit in play either.
And not a Mac-10 Beagle, because that would be a dog. Frags come through anyway. Trials finds the first and the second.
Mating
puts these sick puppies down.
Yeah, quite comfortable. It seems like he's more of a T-side player, looks things, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Get into grips.
I think that's kind of a lot of the players on this on the Lynx side, though, really. When you look at them, Brody's quite aggressive, Trials as well. They like to play more of that sort of in-your-face style. I feel like that's what we saw from Tarus, especially at Epic LAN. I mean, you try and play quite fast-paced. Just try and take those firefights, really, especially with an AK in your hands. You're more warmed up. You know you can get that one-tap headshot. It lends into the play style. It's in their nature, Ben, but not the nature of Lynx's. They would play very slow and just sit in spawn. They would still be in spawn by now.
Of course. Quite a bit of weird map control being taken here.
Trials is going for the Ferrari peaks, isn't he?
Yeah. This is quite a controlled anti-eco there by Lynx, if I'm honest. Like, they were quite tame with it. Slowly just take control, and then we'll do something from there. They've had 3 kills for free, if I'm honest.
They've got gophers on their loafers, Ben. And they're going in for the play on the B-bomb site. Roma, elevated angle, USP out.
I feel like he should be hoping to get the planter, right?
Oh, is he?
Ah.
Dead. I mean...
He was waiting for the plant, just for the easy kill. But alas, bullet to the side of the head. He has fallen. And the score is now tied as well, 9-9. And it looks like London Lynx are keeping the 2 Mac-10s as well. So that's not too rare of a thing to happen. People do like the ability to, I would say, Ferrari peak, right? That's the best way of putting it.
Yeah, that's kind of, yeah.
With Mac-10s, you're going to run
zip around the corner.
Yeah, run and gun.
Hit him with a BAP.
Right to the maximum.
The bacon BAP.
The bacon BAP.
The Biff uppercut.
Biff uppercut, of course, yeah. This was the Biff's more of a shotgun play, isn't it? Yeah,
it is true. You hit him with a Biff. Ooh, whisk! He's biffing as he finds 2 already. Takes him down with a headshot. You get left on the 3 versus 3. 2 AKs, 1 Mac-10 versus double M4 and an AWP on JChem. Trials waiting to try and go for a big spray down here.
Yeah, this is quite a good play.
Ooh.
Fortunately, it doesn't win the firefight. The bomb hasn't actually been planted yet until now. Quite a late one. I'd say about 15 seconds maybe. Taking off that plant timing. The question is, what can Dream achieve by going through apps here as well? Because the T's aren't exactly fantastic spots. I mean, there we go. That's one of the players and gets the second one too. So considering that round started off as I'd say a T advantage, right? They got the apps push.
It was in their hands. It was
an
their
apps burst, and then they made an extra play when we were 3v3, which fair enough. Like, he didn't win the firefight, which fine, that's whatever. But it was a Brucey bonus, wasn't it? They kept 2 Mac-10s for that. So I'm interested to see what do they do with a proper default in mind.
Okay, Brody on the AWP T side as well. Are we going to see a fast-paced pick? Is he going to try and make an entry early into the game? Normally you see people getting quite aggressive with the AWP T side. You want to try and make some damage with it done. How are we actually going to see it utilised, though? Where's he playing right now? Just sitting waiting for the pick, seeing if Jake's going to face him.
Yeah, Jake, plenty of experience. He knows not to peek that angle.
Yeah, you're not going to swing wide on that.
Yeah, it's a right-hand peek for the CT. No, T, sorry. But here we go, a bit more banana control. And the same thing that happened in the last round of the half. Ooh. Plucked out of thin air.
He's going to be dreaming after that one. Put to bed.
DE_bed.
Bed for you, isn't it? Neil M's walked into the studio. Stop it, Neil.
Classic.
Rudden.
We also got Warcraft 3P on.
Goodness. Work. Who's let a P on in there? Yes, my lord. B push, my lord.
Can JCam take control of this push then? Ooh, we need to get some multi. Question is, I was going to say, can Roma do anything from there? But it's caught, you know, pants around his ankles, trying to run across the site. Who knows why he's got his pants around the ankles, but...
Vintage.
Yeah. 3 vs 4. I personally feel like it's a save, but they do have a lot of utility to try and tempt fate, at least, here. And there we go, the call does come through as Jacob's exiting. So that's a good call for me, I feel like. 3 save. You're post-plant on the smaller site. Not many ways to get in there. And obviously, saving the AWP is another huge thing as well. And Whisk and Cray should be able to drop at the minimum SMGs, because they do have quite a bit of grenades as well. So hopefully we can see that take place. Ideally, in this next round, Dream doesn't get plucked out of the air as well.
Yeah, that would be ideal. That would be ideal. So it is going to be 10-10. Add that together, that's 20, Ben.
Quick math.
Yeah. That means there's 10 rounds left of this one.
Maybe. Could be 6.
Yeah, it could be. But overall...
Well, if we played out the 10 rounds, and there was meant to be more, it would be a 15-15. Meaning we've got some overtime to come as well.
You know, it's like a... just like a prac. It's like a scrim. We're playing the full 30.
We're playing the full 30.
So even if they get 16, it could be, you know...
Could be a nice 21 or 20-10, I suppose.
Yeah.
I'm thinking both teams on 10.
20-10? No, it's 9 o'clock, Ben.
Oh, crap. It's daylight savings, isn't it?
I know. They've rolled the clocks back. Pulled a fast one on me.
Hate when I get caught in just the rest of Europe.
To be fair, no, but honestly, that was one of the most scary things. When I walked into the kitchen and I just saw the clock downstairs just slowly rolling backwards, I had no idea what was going on. I was so confused that I realised...
Why was your clock on the floor rolling backwards?
No, but like the hands were rolling backwards because it was adjusting because we had lost an hour. But I was sufficiently spooked. I thought my clock had gone Barney.
Gone Barney?
It's gone Barney. He's turned into a big purple dinosaur.
What does that mean?
He started rolling around the floor.
What kind of Barney are you at?
It's gone Barney. Push coming through. Trials. He's gone Barney. He's hit the floor, and everybody do the dinosaur. Ben, as the frags are coming through. Roman with 2.
This is a much better B-hold from the CTs. Although, that flash didn't really get anywhere. It went a bit too far for my liking.
Yeah. He's hit it off the tree.
Yeah. Usually it's off that further wall.
Yeah. I don't know why he's gone for the tree. Maybe it was just symmetrical.
Improv. Again, though, we're in a 3v3. Not as many nades as last time. But I feel like they're thinking we can win this one. We were here a bit sooner than last time. But the 2 flashes are kind of key to the situation.
They had their push bikes out this time around. The BMX bandits are going in. JChem trying to find one, but he's lost his lips. The further frag being found for trouble as well.
2v1. There's no way he wins this, I feel.
Yeah, this should be over. Whisk, the last musketeer that remains. He's been hit by the blunderbuss. There it is. Tarus takes him down.
Very strong round from Trouble there as well. 3 kills. Obviously, the 2 of them on the post plant were most important. But I mean, much better on the defense of the site, though. At least there was a molly in play. They did some flashes to peek it. And we just didn't see that from the Lynx when they were playing it. They got walked in on slowly.
That's going to be the key point as well. Is Radix going to adapt now? Obviously, this round, you kind of wash over. They don't have guns. But when they get back into the rifles, is it going to be the same stagnant hold towards B? Or are we going to see rotation? Are we going to see deep control towards bot banana? Are we going to see a rotate off? Smoke's coming into effect. Are they going to go for a fast peek if JKM has the AWP and fancies it? Who knows?
Yeah, the issue is when they tried playing, I wouldn't say aggressive, but when they tried controlling banana, that thing happened to Dream where he just got shot mid-air jump peeking.
He's got one tapped.
Which you could argue it just wasn't a case of them committing to that push. It was just him. He was jump spotting.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, they got close. They were all going to go for it, and then only one of them went. This time around, they actually go for the reface, and Dream gets the kill.
That's a single kill. That's fine.
Yeah, he can back off.
Yeah, they get the kill for the flash, which is about as much as you can ask for, really, isn't it? Obviously, they don't get the gun, which a bit of an issue, but I think Trials is actually throwing it over the wall as well, from what I could just see now. I saw him, he switched him to the Glock, so I imagine he threw it over the wall. Which
He's probably tried to get rid of it.
Yeah, if they push back. They won't be able to find it. But it looks like they're committing to this call.
Everyone's full
I do like this.
Yeah.
I do like just the fact you've got 3 people in USBs.
You need to.
You might as well risk.
Yeah.
All right. What you could do though is have one person play really aggressive to try and get info, which is what Whisk is kind of doing right now. But I feel like he should have done it sooner.
Yeah, if you're going to go for a play. If he goes down, it's fine, but at least then they can try and get a rotate off because Lynx are now in the site. Yeah, it's theirs at this point. You're not going to be able to retake that.
Yeah, I feel like it was the wrong side obviously to gamble, but in the situation that Lynx had, they had to play a die at top of banana. They're always going to retake the top of it just so they know the CTs haven't got control of it.
Yeah.
Which meant as soon as they took control of it, Radix didn't know. And then the round was over. It was just one of those situations where they should have really identified where are Lynx more likely to go. Are they going to go to where we just pop flashed it, where we probably won't have enough flash or any grenades or that matter? Or are they going to go towards the big site to try and fight the 5 people on eco / force by some kind? Obviously they don't know if they have armor or not. There's a lot of exits in play though here, to be honest.
Oh, Whisk. Ooh, that's unlucky. Cyber was ready. Ooh. Trials though.
If they damage them enough on the way out, Jake, I'm not going for the hunt though.
Jake's only got USP. If Jake would have been there, he could have spooked them sufficiently that they would have stayed at least closer to the bomb blast. Got a couple of tags off of the USP. That could have been another free weapon, or at least taken out of their hands. That's damaged the economy, but
he's not about that life.
No, Jake wasn't interested. He didn't fancy it.
Yeah. Lynx looked better on this D side though. Obviously, I mentioned Trials, a bit more of a T side, but I think he had 7 or 8 kills when he swapped. He's now on 16, which more like obviously doubled at least.
He's been popping heads. He's been going for faster plays, trying to get taps off with the AK. It suits him better.
So you mentioned the banana difference. 2 people at top. Jake comes there with them. He does the flash, and they do get counter flash at the same time. And Brody threw a weird smoke.
That does nothing.
He threw it through the splash or whatever, but they've identified there's 3 there though. It's a classic case of you've seen more grenades than would usually be, and they usually peek it whatever. Yeah. And they're just taking initiative, straight running straight at them.
That molly's done a ton of damage though. Brody and Trials, Cyber as well, taking a big hit, but Cray, if he would have got the frag, maybe it could have been a different story, but in this timeline, it's all going wrong. Roma and Jacob, the only 2 remaining boys, and they need to back off. That's a 13th round now for Lynx. And they're getting dangerously close to win time.
Yeah, it was very, I mean, the call was fantastic, wasn't it? It was just the fact that they instantly just, took the initiative. They saw, this is different. They don't normally smoke the bottom. I then heard a flash, I heard some shots. We should just try and take A quickly. And the call took the risk, and it has clearly paid off. Everybody lives. And they take 3 guns off them. Just wondering if we can see anything better from Radix right now. They've only had the 1 CT round. It's not been good enough, really.
Not really. Ooh, they are actually at least finding kills. Roma, if he can get a follow-up frag on Cyber, there we go, that's a bit better. Take him down to just having 2 players left. Oh, trouble dice to the bomb as well.
Yeah, doesn't matter too much though, it's just the fact they've won 4 in a row.
Yeah.
See the money. If they really want to split it properly, like Cyber would have dropped Trials, just keep the money better.
Yeah, also, the thing is, Ben, even if we see them get broken at this point, the amount of rounds they would have to lose.
Yeah, they need to lose 3 in a row.
Yeah.
And at that point, you're reaching match, like the reset bonus.
They probably got match point by that time. Like, if they actually were able to at least get a couple of rounds in there in between being reset, it wouldn't be that bad for them. It's going to take a while to damage that economy enough. But the same cannot be said for Radix.
Yeah, I'm glad there's a timeout has been taken just so they can talk over.
Kind of pause, yeah,
because that. I mean, again, it's B, isn't it? It's just the fact that they clearly identified we had 3 there when we just did that last round. So do you fake it? Do you do it again? Doing it again wouldn't be too much of a surprise thing, so long as you do something at mid, just to make sure that they're not just running up mid straight through it or whatever. Because clearly there was no fear of them doing it. Right? If there's somebody from like that big site, just smoke mid or something from the start of the round. They're probably less likely to take that risk going through the smoke, or at least play like double quad or something, just so you can fight it.
Yeah.
Rather than have them run onto the site and then you've lost the round and somebody's already rotated and died as well. It just needs to be more of, I wouldn't say risk taking, but a bit more movement / understanding what your team is doing and doing what you feel is the best thing alongside that.
The cash is a bit awkward as well, because actually Roma's invested 3.4k into this round. He's left himself for $100.
He dropped the M4 for Dream.
Yeah. And if you look at the money they actually have here as well, Cray obviously with nothing, no armor, just there with the USP.
Whisk's committed to the CZ buy as well, so he'll get full nades and a kit, I imagine.
Their cash is going to be pretty bad. They really need to get a win here.
I feel like JKM should probably drop a FAMAS, I guess, for Cray.
If you've invested this much into it, you kind of need to get...
Yeah, you need to go all in.
Yeah, because already this is a mass investment.
Yeah, because right now, if they're buying this round, say they lose, this 3,400 match round bonus, it means they'll be able to buy a 15-10, which is your last stand, isn't it? If at that point, if you haven't...
Let's play for OT, play it out, and hope.
You're just hoping to stop their bank before it's too big at this point. The question is, what are they going to do from this, though? Like, I mentioned the fact that they could do the same thing at Banana, but it just hasn't worked out when they've done it. Like, the way they've timed their flashes, it's been the same time as Brody's throwing that flash.
Yeah.
They've never got bottom Banana control. I don't think we've seen any CTs get to the bottom of Banana.
It's actually a big thing as well, right? What we saw last season, where the amount of teams in terms of the round difference, because of how close it went or how many games we had that ended up in a weird overtime scenario that really started to affect things later on. A lot of these games have been going on quite long here, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, it's always been an issue regarding like closing out games. Like some people get complacent, some people then get lost in terms of ideas.
Yeah.
As well.
It's the CT side though. It's exactly what we predicted being the issue on the CT side here.
Okay, so Jacob's throwing that smoke to the bottom Banana, but they've already got halfway up. Brody throws that flash, which is the one that's been usually repelling them. But the CTs now, they've got one smoke, or two smokes left. One on each site, which probably for the best, I guess. But Roma's already thinking about using his. They haven't heard them push to the top right now.
They've heard nothing at all.
Yeah, that's the info that there is somebody near the top.
Yeah,
Roma's ready to... And there we go, it's been used. Yeah. So you're now out of grenades at that site, other than the two flashes in HE. And Dream used his at A. And here comes the gamble.
That's no
We can see all the CTs moving.
50 seconds on the clock and all
this is a very make or break call. If JCam's the only one who pushes through the smoke, I understand the play. To have everybody here.
Flash in.
It's very good. Counter there.
Ooh,
this is going to be such a weird situation for the T side to come into though. 2v2 and they're just saying everybody is here. You have to feel like Cravens. Yeah. Oh. That's such an odd situation that if you're a T and you just suddenly you kill two and then there's another one. But there's another one. And there's another. Like you'll be kind of frustrated just by the fact that that many people have come at you.
You can see as well the final fight there between Cray. Just the fact that it's such a 1 in a million thing as well. Where you get down to that point, he's gone for the side face. He's just sitting there. He's got the angle.
Yeah.
It's really awkward, but it allows them to get a double up setup out. They get a complete full bar, which they would not have got. I mean, they would have been completely broken in terms of money. This would have been really 15 rounds for Lynx before Radix could actually try buy back. So.
Yeah, that's a huge gamble call, though, isn't it? Like, obviously, JCam will made the call. Everybody come over here.
It's paid off for him.
And it has paid off, even though he didn't... obviously, you'd think it'd be better if he got a single kill when he did that flash peek. Would have been even better, but... The mercenaries who arrived on this premises make the big play. And this is going to be a fast A hit, but can JCam get any kills along the way? Just the one, nothing else. Can Whisk deal with this quad push, though?
Spray coming through, Whisk with a double kill.
Held them enough.
Yeah, the Molotov going to send off Tarus to the Burns ward, but there's trouble. Trouble for trouble, though. Cray from the sidelines, just able to slap down and then swap the side, but now clutch it out, Ben. A 1 versus 2, you got a minute on the clock. He's going to plant the bomb as well. He has utility. Launches out that smoke. That can actually burn down a fair bit of time.
Yeah. He's given him enough time to move off, but he is playing it more of a situation where he needs to make the play, which I can understand, but the CTs looks like they know. Roma and Dream have been in this situation together before. They know. He probably needs to make a play. I've got an AWP, so you need to stick with me. Is the situation right now. But Roma's turned his back to him. But Cyber's also turned his back to him. I don't know how that's played out like that. Cyber turned his back from Dream, but he turned into the flash. There was a good 1.5 seconds, maybe 2 seconds, where Dream had his back to him, and he couldn't get the kill.
Well, the position they're now in...
Absolute blunder.
Yeah.
Is the best way of putting it, isn't it?
It's not gone well. 14-11. CZs across the board, apart from one rogue 5-7 there on Cray that snuck in. London Lynx should just be able to overthrow them at this point here. Double investment to the SMG as well. Trouble and Tarus, they've got them out.
Yeah, I imagine Tarus will get some good info along this smaller site a bit later on into the round, but I think the key part is Radix do have the 5 smokes available. So the question is, when are they going to be using those? Like, will it be too late, or what will happen? One thing actually that I've noticed originally was they kind of give up mid control as well.
Yeah.
Like, even during the gun runs, they've never really played it. That was a really good retreat from Lynx, to be fair. They've mobilized. I think there was 3 people up against the walls at first, just then. But they have managed to switch it back up. The thing is, though, JCam's called it, by the looks of things, that based on that mid control, it wasn't a proper, like, they hadn't committed. They re-smoked and everything, but I doubt there's a reason for them to be there. But ooh, there's a double bluff. This is a really awkward bluff right now. Quay should have the call with this multiple mid.
Ooh.
Gets 2.
The fact he's got the second shot.
Yeah, that's more
off.
than enough.
Yeah, that is wild being able to actually secure
if Quay
that.
gets 1, Whisk gets 1, sorry, it should be good.
Yeah, Whisk with the kill on the bomb plant
He got
there.
the Think as well. Last Tarus on his own, 1 HP. Yeah, very well played. Quay, I mean, he's proving the 5-7 is good. It's fine.
Even with the mobility there, he's moving during this.
Yeah, I think the main bit is he wasn't constantly just strafing the whole way across, was he?
He was able to stop
sidestepping.
It readjusted just in time before that final shot went off. The fact he's got the second kill there, that's what kind of sealed the deal for them there.
Yeah, so I think this is the first time we've seen London Lynx have poor money on the T side, if I'm honest. Be interesting to see what they do from this, though. It looks like they're running right into Dream's AWP. No backup there from Roma. I suppose it's the correct thing for Roma to do, though. He doesn't have head armor, so you can't really commit to that without giving up the site. And they're looking to try and grab that AWP, but they can't get to it. Trials finally got to it, and he's out.
He's bailed.
The snatch and grab. And they've trusted Brody with the AWP. I feel like he should be giving his deagle to Cyber right now, though.
Yeah, if you've got the deagle there, switch it over. Cyber's only there with the Glock.
Yeah, he's got the kill.
Yeah, give him the AWP.
It's my gun. What, a Trouble die with a pistol? Surely there's another pistol going.
Guess he's not asked. They're going to push in. They're going to go for the play on the B-bomb site. Jacob.
His timing. That's a good entry, but Jacob's got...
Oh, the spam as well. The amount of damage done, especially if they get the molly, gets it off.
Brody's impressed really well with this AWP thus far. Yeah, you could see sort of, I wouldn't say fear, but like reluctancy, I suppose, to peeking.
Yeah.
By Jake. He saw 3 of them, but then he didn't like take it in this right. Some players will see 3 eco players running at them, and they'll take it in this right. They'll
just
I
go
want
for
this
it.
fight.
Yeah.
I want these eco frags.
Give me the 3 kills. Whisk, gliding through the air. Playing Fortnite right now as he's bounding around. Cray as well, going to find the headshot back onto Roos, and it's all up to Brody to clutch it out. 1v1. He's finessed on him with the AWP. There is no time at all, and Craig doesn't have a kit. He's going to tap it. This round's as good as done. Brody with a miss, but it doesn't matter. He has sealed the deal. The only thing is, Ben, he will probably die to the bomb blast at this point.
Yeah, he's made sure that the AWP doesn't drop too far. Though. He put it in, he died at first.
Got it by
just
second.
make sure,
yeah, smart.
Just make sure that Cray doesn't have a chance of getting it. But around it, or nothing really is the best way of putting that. So obviously Dream gets that single kill, but there was no backup, no counter flash or anything for him. And Brody opens up that B-bomb site very, very easily. And now it's match point. London Lynx sitting 15-12. Start of the day, I wouldn't have guessed that London Lynx would be in this situation.
I thought it would have been Radix that would have taken the win here, really.
Yeah. But it looks like the teamwork is making the dream work.
It is. It is indeed. London Lynx. Some mean comments thrown out earlier from Trials, but now it's all just love and sunshine. And let's see if they can actually get themselves a win as well as they push up. Going to try and go for this play in towards the A site and clutch it out. See if they can shut down the game here and get a win. For Radix, however, it's just the CZ. You've got the Famous. 1 M4 on Cray, but it's really not ideal.
Yeah, it's a very peculiar round playing out right now, just by the fact that all the B players have already moved. And they've got through the archway.
Yeah, they've just
There is a
given
player
the
in apps still. Trouble has just stood at the end of apps. Hello? He's arrived on the scene. It's fine, no one there.
Okay, so Cray's actually going to be able to cut off the rotate in B. Not... Ooh, all right, headshot for Whisk in the end. Gets himself an AK as well, so it's a 2-on-3. Trials pushes in, but Trials with a drive-by. That's a Thomas kill right there.
Yeah, definitely hasn't stopped.
Still just holding W. Does not stop.
And Whisk goes right into his aim, and that's game. Trials, I mentioned better T-half, and it looks like he definitely did have a better T-half.
Trials for me was probably the MVP of the side of London Lynx.
I think I'd probably mix it up between it's either him or Brody, right?
Brody in terms of clutch rounds with the being able to get openers, but for consistency, as soon as he got onto that second side, definitely Trials were just running over him. He ran the train straight through him, Ben.
Yeah, he was incredibly confident. I think it's just some players prefer having that AK, don't they?
Got an AK in your hands, you can pop heads with it, you know.
It's just that element of confidence where, you know, if I shoot them in the head first, I do win the fight.
Yeah. So. It's like having a railgun. You can hit that rail, insta-give him.
Yeah.
Be sound. Sound. But that is going to be the win for London Lynx in the end. They closed it out. They do actually upset versus Radix. I feel like that's fair to say.
Yeah, I would say so as well. I mean, on paper, most people would probably assume that Radix would take the win. And then London Lynx have proved as well.
Yeah.
Especially after this blunder around earlier on in the game.
Yeah. a lot of mistakes that were made. But we do have that series wrapped up. Never fear, there are still 2 more games to come. But for the meantime, enjoy these replays and we'll be back in with our 3rd game of the night after this.